Hello students. So yesterday we were discussing about that of the connective tissues. Now connective tissues, it consisting of a cells including that of the fibroblast, macrophages, osteoblast, leukocyte, and these all different kind of a cell, they constitute together to form connective tissues. Connective tissue also consisting of fibers including that of the yellow elastic fiber and white collagen fiber. Later on we came to know that these connective tissues are basically classified into 5, that is areolar or loose connective tissue, adipose tissue, dense regular connective tissues, fluid connective tissues, and that of the skeletal connective tissues. So if we start with that of the areolar connective tissues or the loose connective tissues, so these mainly consisting of the white collagen fiber and yellow elastic fiber, fibroblast, and that of the macrophages in their matrix. It is also present in that of the dermis of the skin, or it is present in the epithelial lining of the internal organs. Later on, if you see the dense regular connective tissues, so they are classified into tendons and ligaments. Tendons which help in connecting the muscles to the bone. They mainly consisting of that of the white fibrous tissues. White collagen fibers is present in it. While that of the ligament, it help in connecting the bones to bone. And it mainly consisting of the white collagen fiber as well as that of the yellow elastic fiber. Now today we will continue with the same discussion by understanding the difference between the tendon and ligament. So student, we were talking about that of the dense regular connective tissue, and we studied that how dense regular connective tissue is having two components in it, that is tendons and ligament. Tendons and ligament, it is a part of a regular connective tissue, and we also study the nature, the structure of that of the tendon and ligaments. Now we will see the difference between that of the tendon and ligament. The first difference is tendons, they are inelastic, and the ligaments, they are elastic. So we can say that tendons, they are cord-like strong elastic structure that joint the skeletal muscles to the bones. Okay, so it is a cord-like a structure, it is inelastic, and it helps in joining the skeletal muscle to that of the bone. While in case of the ligament, it is elastic in nature. So it is elastic structure which connect bones to bone. It is highly elastic. Second one is the tendons, they join the muscles to that of the bones. Okay. While that of the ligaments, they help in joining the bone to that of the other bone. So one is there in which the skeletal muscles join to that of the bone, and in another one, bone is joined to the another bone. It can be found at the end of the skeletal muscle, and it is mainly found in that of the joints. So skeletal muscle is what? The muscles which help to join the bones to that of the muscles. That's why these are mainly present in the skeletal muscle. If you see that of the ligaments, so ligaments basically found in the joints where the two bones attach with each other. Now if you see the fiber student, so tendon, it consisting of only one type of a fiber, that is collagen fiber. So collagen fiber or a white collagen fiber, so it is made up of a white fiber. While that of the ligaments, it is made up of a white collagen fiber as well as the yellow elastic fiber. So it is made up of a white as well as yellow fiber. So these are some of the differences between that of the tendons or that of the ligaments. Okay, one is elastic, another is inelastic, muscles to bone, bones to bone, made up of a white fiber, tendon, and ligament is made up of a white as well as a yellow fiber. Now we will come to the next type of a tissue, and that is the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue, it is basically an aggregation of the fat cells, which is also known as adipocytes. Okay, these are known as the adipocytes. So the name is given adipose tissue, it is because of the presence of the fat cell in it. So fat cells, which is known as the adipocyte, and that's why the name of the tissue is adipose. Now if you see the fat cells, student, you can see here these are the fat cells. So these fat cells, or you can say each fat cells, is rounded or oval in shape, and it contains a large droplet of fat that almost fills in it. So these adipose tissues consisting of the cells, and that cells consisting of fats in it, and that's why the name is given fat cell. So it is having a shape of a rounded or a oval, which consisting of fats in it. Now if you see the fat cells are basically arranged into lobules, which is separated by the partitions of the fibers. Okay. So you can see here that these fat cells, they are arranged in the lobules. It is the fat cells, and these fat cells are separated by a partition of the collagen or that of the elastin fiber. So these are the fibers which is present here. It is a fat cell. This one is also a kind of a fat cell. So these fat cells are present everywhere, and you can see here a partition of that of the connective fibers is there. Now what kind of fibers are there in that of the fat cell which separated them from each other? So the fat cells, they are separated by a partition of a collagen and that of the elastin fiber. So we can say that the white collagen fiber or the yellow elastin fiber is there, collectively we termed as a connective tissue fiber. So these tissue fibers, they separate these fat cells from each other. Now these partition, it carries blood vessels of the lobule also. So collagen fiber or the elastin fibers, they act as a partitions, and the partition, it consisting of the blood vessels in it. They carry the blood vessels of lobules. Okay. So what is the occurrence, what is the location of this adipose tissue? So adipose tissue is consisting of a adipocyte, that is, it consisting of a fat cell, student. So adipose tissue is abundant below the skin. Okay, so it is present below the skin, it is present between the internal organs like that around the kidney, as well as it is present in the bone marrow, in the yellow bone marrow. So its occurrence is in that of the below that of the skin. It is present between the internal organ, and also it is present in the yellow bone marrow. Okay, adipocyte, you can see this is the adipocyte, okay, which we called as a fat cell. Okay, this is the collagen fiber. Now we will talk about the another thing, and that is what is the function of these adipocyte tissues. You can see here, this is the adipose tissue, which is found below the skin and between the internal organs. If we look at the functions, the first function, that it serves as a fat reservoir, because you see the adipocyte is the fat cell, so it means it consisting of a fats in it, and that's why we can say that the cells, this tissue is acting as a fat reservoir. It serves as a fat reserve. Second thing, that since it is consisting of a fat in it, it is storing the fat, then it acts as an insulator. So the insulator means it prevent the heat loss from the body. So being a poor conductor of a heat, it reduces the heat loss from the body, and thus it help in regulating the body temperature. So it acts as an insulator also. Next one, it is present in between that of the internal organ, student. So it keeps that internal organ, it keeps that visceral organs in position, as well as if it is present in between them, so it forms a shock absorbing cushion around the kidney and that of the eyeball. So it helps in protecting the internal organ also by forming a shock absorbing cushion around it. Also, it helps in providing shape to the limbs and that of the body. Okay, so the first thing, it serves as a fat reservoir. The second thing, that it provides a shape to that of the limbs and to that of the body. Third, since it is present in between the internal organs of the body, so it help the visceral organs to be remain in its position. Also, it forms a shock absorbing cushion around the kidneys and that of the eyeball. As well as it acts as an insulator, and these insulator, it help in regulating the body temperature by reducing the heat loss from the body. So this is the adipose tissue. Adipose tissue consisting of a fat cells or adipocytes. These fat cells, they are separated from the fiber, that is from the collagen and the elastin fiber. These partitions, it consisting of the blood vessels, and they are basically found below the skin. You see the below the skin, it is acting as a cushion. In the internal organ also, it is present, it act as a shock absorbing cushion. In the skin and all, it act as an insulator. It serves as a fat reservoir, and it is also present in the bone marrow, which provides shape to the limbs and to that of the body. Now we will see the next tissue of that of the connective tissue, that is the skeletal tissue. So the term skeletal comes from the skeleton itself, and you know that skeleton is there to give support to the body. So we can call it as a skeletal tissue or that of the supporting tissue. So these skeletal tissues or the supporting tissues, they include the cartilage and the bone, which forms the endoskeleton of a vertebrate of the body. Skeletal tissues include that of the cartilage and the bones. We will start with that of the cartilage, student. So cartilage, it is a specialized connective tissue. It is a kind of a connective tissue which is compact and less vascular. Okay, so these are the compactly arranged connective tissues which are less vascular. And if you see the cartilage, then you will find that it is a widely spaced cells. Okay, and its matrix, its extensive matrix, it is basically composed of that of protein and that of the calcium salt also. Okay, and because of the presence of the calcium salt in it, it is slightly hardened. So we can say that cartilage is a kind of a connective tissues in which matrix is present, and that matrix is composed of the protein and that of the calcium salt. Okay, so it is a specialized form of a connective tissue, as matrix is composed of the collagen fiber also. So we will discuss about the collagen fiber. You see, student, that the matrix of the cartilage, it is having a delicate network of the collagen fiber, as well as it consisting of a living cells also, which we call as a chondrocytes. Okay, so the matrix of this cartilage, this is the matrix, student. This matrix consisting of the white fibers, it consisting of the collagen fibers and a network of a collagen fiber, and the chondrocytes is present in it. Okay, not only this, matrix is produced and maintained by the help of these chondrocytes only. Okay, so you see that it is consisting, this matrix consisting of a protein consisting of that of the calcium salt, and this matrix is produced and maintained by the help of the chondrocytes. Okay, now matrix of that of the cartilage, it is solid, it is cheese like and firm also, but maybe it is a solid, it is having a solid nature, but even then also it possesses elasticity. So we can say the matrix is solid, firm, but slightly elastic. So we account this nature as a flexible nature. Okay, solid as well as elastic, so we can say it is somehow flexible nature. The matrix of the cartilage, it basically consisting of a delicate network of the collagen fiber and the living cell. This is the cell that is known as the chondrocytes. Okay, so basically the matrix is maintained and the matrix is produced by that of the chondrocytes. Now if you see this chondrocyte, student, then you will find that the chondrocyte which is present in that of the matrix of cartilage, these chondrocytes are basically present in a fluid filled spaces which is known as lacunae. You see here, this is the chondrocytes, this green color portion is a chondrocyte, student, and this portion which is around to that of the chondrocyte, it is consisting of a fluid in it, and these spaces is known as a lacunae. Okay, so chondrocytes is present here, chondrocyte which is a kind of a cell, and this cell is covered with a matrix which is known as lacunae. Now if we talk about the other structure of that of the chondrocyte, so these chondrocyte does not this cartilage, the matrix of the cartilage, blood vessels are absent. Okay, so blood vessels are absent, but what is present in that of the matrix is the protein, calcium, which make it hard, and maybe it is hard, it is solid and firm, but having the elasticity, due to which we can call it having a flexible nature. The matrix consisting of a collagen fiber also, as well as the chondrocytes are present in it. If you see the chondrocyte, student, you will find that it is filled with the fluid, and that is known as lacunae. It means the lacunae is present around that of the chondrocytes. Blood vessels, it is totally absent in that of the matrix. Now when we talk about these chondrocytes, so these chondrocytes, they multiply by the process by mitosis. Okay, you know that mitosis is what, in which one cell it get divided into two cells, two daughter cells, and again these two daughter cells divided into another two daughter cell. So the division in which one get divided into two. So at first you can see here, this is mitosis is going on, in which it get divided into two. Okay, at first the nucleus get divided and then the membrane get divided. Okay, so these chondrocytes, they multiply by mitosis, and it help in the internal growth of the cartilage. So thus the cartilage is capable of a continuous rapid growth because of the presence of the chondrocytes. These chondrocytes, they divide themselves, and due to which the cartilage is capable of continuous and the rapid growth. So this is the nature of that of the cartilage. Now if we talk about the location, student, that what is the where these cartilage are found. So we already have studied in that of the muscular tissue also, that this cartilage is present in that of the ear, pinna. Pinna is the lower portion of your ear. It is present in the nose tip. It is also present in that of the epiglottis. It is present in the end of the long bone, ribs, ring of trachea, that is windpipe. as well as the vertebral disc. Okay, so intervertebral disc consisting of a cartilage, and due to the presence of the cartilage, it makes our backbone flexible. It means we are able to bend ourselves because of the presence of a cartilage in between that of the vertebral column. Okay, so there are lot of a location of that of the cartilage, okay, in our body part, including the ear, including the nose, including the disc, bones, and the trachea also. Now, what is the basic function of these cartilage, students? So basically, you see the cartilage, it supports the body. Okay, so it provide, since it consisting of a calcium salt in it matrix, you know that the connective tissues, their function is determined by that of the matrix. Whatever the substances present in that of the matrix is responsible for their role in the tissue. So it supports the body due to the presence of the calcium salt, which make it slightly hardened. It provides a framework also, so it gives the support as well as it maintain the posture, or it provide the framework to the body. It provide attachment site for the muscles. So cartilage, or basically it help in attaching the muscles also. Okay, so it help in attaching the muscles to that of the bones. It protect the underlying tissues. It help in flexibility. Student, cartilage, we have studied that cartilage, they are soft in nature as compared to bones. Bones are very hard, very strong, but cartilage, they are flexible, they are soft bones. We can say it is a soft bone, it is soft than that of the bone, and due to which it provides flexibility to the our body part. Right now we discussed that the vertebral column. So this vertebral column consisting of a disc, and in between the disc the cartilage is present in it, and due to which we are able to bend our body. So it helps in giving flexibility to the body part, as well as it forms a structural model for the growing bones. So we had discussed that it provides the framework. It smoothens the surface at the joint. So these are the different functions of the cartilage in the skeletal tissues. Okay. Now we will talk about the another thing, and that is the bones. So bone is the another type of a skeletal tissue. So if we compare the bones to that of the cartilage, then you will find that bone is very strong, okay, and it is a non-flexible tissue. So like cartilage, bone is also a kind of a specialized connective tissue, but it is very strong as well as it is non-flexible. These bone tissue, it is highly vascular. When we were talking about the cartilage was less vascular as compared to that of the bones, but bones, they are highly vascular, and we can say they are having pores in it, so we can say it is porous, it is highly vascular. Mineralized, it means it consisting of the bones, consisting of the minerals. It is hard as well as it is rigid. So it is hard, it is rigid, highly vascular and porous. Okay, so bones are strong, non-flexible, porous, highly vascular, hard and rigid tissue. Now if we talk about the matrix of that of the bone, student, so we find that its matrix, it is made up of a protein, and that protein, it can be a osteonectin, or that of the osteocalcin, or proteoglycan, or collagen. So these are the different kind of a protein. Osteonectin or osteocalcin, these help in forming that of the bone cells. Proteoglycan and the collagen are the fibers which help in giving strength. So osteonectin, osteocalcin, proteoglycan and the collagen, these are the things which is present in it matrix. Not only this, matrix of the bone is rich in the salt of the calcium and that of the magnesium, okay, such as that of the phosphate or the carbonate of the calcium and magnesium. So it consisting of a salts of a calcium and a magnesium. Now we said that these bone tissues, they are mineralized. It means the minerals are present in it. So what is the role of the minerals in that of the bone tissue? So these minerals, they are responsible for giving hardness to the bone. When you see the matrix, student, this matrix is in the form of a thin concentric circle. You can see here it is having a concentric circles, and these concentric circles, we term them as a lamina. These concentric, we call it a lamella, okay, lamellae. Okay, so these concentric rings or concentric circles is present in that of the matrix, and or we can say the matrix is in the form of a concentric rings which we called as a lamella. Now the cells of the bone is known as osteoblast. Okay. Now if you see the bone cells or that of the osteoblast, which is also known as the osteocytes, these osteoblasts are basically present between the lamellae. This is the lamella, students. Okay, it is present between the lamella in the fluid filled spaces that is known as lacunae. Okay, so this lamella consisting of the osteoblast is consisting of the bone cells, and this is present in the fluid filled spaces that is known as lacunae. Now all lacunae of the bone, they communicate with each other by a network of a fine canals, okay, and that is known as a caniculi. Okay, so that is known as a caniculae. Now, if you see the caniculus or canaliculus, so each canaliculus is filled with the delicate cytoplasmic process of the bone cell. So we can say that through this canaliculus or through this canaliculi, each bone cell of each lacuna, they receives the food and oxygen and eliminate waste. Okay, so this is about that of the bone cells, bone tissues, which is highly vascular, calcified. It consisting of the bone cells which is present in the lamellae, and the lamellae is present in the fluid filled spaces that is known as lacunae, and lacunae, it communicate with each other and through that of the canaliculi, and this canaliculi of this each bone cells of this of each lacuna, it receives the food and oxygen and eliminate waste. Now if we talk in that of the bone tissue, that what is the function of the bone tissue. So the first function of that of the bone tissue, that you see the bones form the endoskeleton in human being and other vertebrates except that of the shark. And what are the different functions of the bone tissue? That it support. So it supports that of the soft tissues, as well as you see that it help in providing the attachment site for the tendons of the muscles. So we studied about the tendon, that a tendon is help the muscles to attach to the bones. So it help attachment, it provide attachment site for the tendons of the muscles, as well as it provide the support to the soft tissues. Second one, it act as a protective tissue, or we can say it help in protection. So it protect the vital organ of our body, like that of the brain or that of the lungs. So you see the cranium, it is covered by the bone tissue. The cranium is a type of bone tissue, is a bone. So this covered the brain. Okay, so cranium is there which protect the brain, and you know the brain is a very delicate organ. Okay, it protect the ribs, it protect the heart and that of the lungs, sorry. So that rib cage which is present around that of the lungs, which we called as a chest cavity, so this rib cage, it not only protect that of the lungs, but the heart is also present in it, so it help in protecting the heart and that of the lungs. Pelvic girdle, it is present near around that of the pelvic area, so it protect the reproductive organ of the human beings. So it act as a protection, it help in protecting the vital organs, including that of the brain. Skull is there, the cranium is there, which is a part of a skull. It protect the brain. Rib cage protect that of the heart and the lungs. Pelvic girdle is there, which protect the reproductive organ. Movement, you see the bone, students, it provide the site for the muscle attachment, as well as it is these bones are joined together by that of the joints. So we can say that joints or that of the muscles attachment, these bones and muscles, they work together to produce movement. So it help in giving support to the body, it help in giving protection to that or the vital organ, body organ, as well as it help in moving the body. Not only this, it also provides the shape to the body, as well as these skeletal, it provides the anchor the muscles, it help in anchoring the muscles. Not only this, this is also a storage site of the calcium and that of the phosphate. So we studied right now that it consisting of the salt of the calcium and that of the phosphate in it. Okay, so it is also serving as a storage site of the calcium and phosphate. So these skeletal tissues, it is very important for the proper movement of the body, as well as it provide the posture, it gives strength, it means it support the body, as well as it gives shape and protection to the body organs, to that of the delicate body organs. Okay. Now we will talk about the difference between that of the bone and the cartilage. So you see, student, when we talk about the bones, bones are what? They are hard and inflexible. They are not flexible. But the cartilage, they are flexible. They are the soft bones. Okay, so they are soft in nature, so they are flexible. Bones, they are porous, they are having pores in it, they are having minerals in it, but in the cartilage it is a non-porous. Bones, if you see the blood vessels, it is present in that of the bones, but in cartilage blood vessels are absent. Now if we talk about the matrix in the bone and the cartilage, so a matrix is made up of a protein and a mineral salt. That mineral salt can be a salt of a calcium and that of the phosphate. But here in the cartilage, it is basically made up of a protein only. So this is the basic difference between the bones and the cartilage.